Um, there, there's probably a lot, I think. The one that I was kind of amused by, sort of amused by, this may not actually qualify as amusing. The one that I find kind of ironic is the degree to which I now see a lot of my friends and family from overseas more than I did before because people are now cooped up at home, thank God. And folks are scared. I mean, they're scared or they're nervous or they are bored and they are reaching out more. So I've been able to have long conversations with my sisters-in-law, with my brothers, with my niece, with my parents, with friends I haven't seen in months or even years over Skype, and that's such a weird feeling. Like, we were all kind of going around doing our thing before, and now I see them more than I did before, which is nice, I guess.
I've almost finished a feature film screenplay. I've been writing it for the last 10 days, about 10 pages from the end, and I've written? Fucking hell. I've read 2 books, done some gardening as well. Don't usually garden, but there you go. Planted some sunflowers, some sweet peas, I've done some weeding, and then so I've tried to make the garden like another room I can go out in, make the rest of spring. What else have I done? I've done a lot of cooking, and I've been trying to catch up on my music listening, because I realised that for the last couple of years I've always said the same couple of artists to people when they've said, what kind of music are you into? And then I bore them with the names of 2 musicians they'd never heard of, and the conversation's totally over. So a bit of self-improvement, a bit of, yeah, this and that, really.
Yeah, I'm bored. Difficult, because I have an 11-year-old who needs to be in school but she can't be, and a 16-year-old boy who's locked himself in his bedroom and is being moody. So coping with those 2 is difficult, but we're plodding along. Well, the kids have full exposure to the media, so they understand what's happening and why. The boy, the 16-year-old, is quite comfortable with it all, understands what's going on. So does our little girl, the 11-year-old. Sometimes she asks questions like, are we going to die? And we explain that that's highly unlikely because we're not in the high-risk category. We don't particularly, sit down and discuss the pandemic with them because there's enough of it on the media, on TV and around, so they know what it does. And they recognise that they've just got to crack on and cope with the constraints, really.
Great. It actually doesn't bother me at all. It's like water over a duck's back. I had such a miserable year last year that when all this started, I was like, oh my God, what a great time to be well. And COVID-19 cannot be as bad as my year last year, which was hellish. And I'm so grateful that I've come through that, because I couldn't bear to be ill right now. And I'm really not ill, I'm so robust. So I'm really just watching this with great amusement and curiosity and being impenetrable and grateful. Really grateful.
Oh, I think it's very important. And in terms of this as a personifier, I think self-isolation is a particularly bizarre kind of beast, really, because it sometimes allows you moments of total peace and tranquility, and then other times it barrages you with a lot of negative thoughts and a lot of feelings you'd normally crush under your everyday work and your everyday survival, travel, talking to people. I think it's very important, but it's certainly very difficult. The other thing with it is, because I'm creative and I write quite a lot, when I don't read and I don't write, I have a tendency to beat myself over it because I don't have an excuse. And then I start wallowing in it. And I wallow in it more and more. And certain things come back to me about the past. Certain things I could change, maybe. I start thinking about my personal health, and it's kind of goes to and fro. Self-isolation from those two states, from tranquility and creativity, and some really low points.